All right, then it is time for us to talk cars, or rather auto, talk about vehicles. And to do justice to that is Yomi today of Autocentric.
Hi,
How you doing
Mary.
today?
Happy New Year.
Happy
Haven't
New
seen this
Year,
year.
indeed. We haven't seen this year.
Good to see
Okay,
you.
so what's the focus today?
Well, we're going to still be looking at what you need to do with your vehicle now that you're back from your long trip and
Okay.
all of that. You know, last week we started the talk last week, and we're
Okay.
still in that
Mode,
gist.
okay.
Yes, still that
Okay.
mode. So now that you're back from your trip, you need to still inspect your tires. We didn't talk about tires last week. You know, so you need to ensure that your tires are still in order and that they've not expired.
Okay.
You know, maybe in the course of the holiday you got to use your spare and you damaged one on the road. It's time to replace them.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
this is more or less like the maintenance time.
Yes,
You
post
take your
trip.
Post-trip, yeah.
Post-trip.
Because the trips can be really
Long.
exhausting
And-
for the vehicles themselves, especially since
Absolutely.
they are not used to such long distances.
And even if they are, you know, it's something we should learn to do. You know, after you check your tires, you also need to look at your papers again. They may have expired while you were in the
I
villa.
know
Easily.
someone that thing happened to.
Easily.
Very careful person, very careful, but for some weird reason, totally forgot around December. January 10, he was stopped by cops,
Whoops.
confidently gave his papers, and we're like, okay, your papers actually expired on the 25th of last month.
Wow, 25th.
And then he was like, 25th, I don't understand. How
He
can my
said,
papers
Christmas.
expire on Christmas Day? And we're
Yes,
like,
you can.
and then we're like, Oga, look at your paper. And then it was like, so yes, you do have a point regarding
Yes.
that. Time to check your papers, make sure everything is in order.
Yes, that's also important. Another thing you need to do is to also check that your engine is in good condition after that trip. Have your mechanic, especially if you drive certain brands,
Okay.
you need to check your suspension. I won't mention any brand here because I'm not promoting or running any brand down.
Okay.
But some brands have this tendency of their tie rods pulling off.
Yes, and then
In
we
the
have
ball
the
joints.
K-leg in
Yes.
the middle of the road.
And have
Very
that.
embarrassing and frustrating.
And with the state of our roads, so you need to check your suspension system out as well, and that everything is in order.
Okay, okay.
No.
So after checking all of these things,
Yeah.
are there certain things that sometimes one can overlook, or sometimes your mechanic, especially when you say you don't have enough time, you take it to your mechanic for servicing,
Yeah.
the likelihood the person might overlook it, so you can really point it out and make sure you check this. Are there certain things you should ask for?
Well, essentially, the things you can do on your own, is what we're really sharing here.
Okay.
Your fluids.
Okay.
We talked
Fluids,
about this
okay,
last week.
okay.
Your brake fluid, your transmission fluid. If you can check it yourself,
Okay.
if you can't, take it to your technician, have it
Okay,
checked. If
okay.
you also can check your wiper reservoir,
Okay.
that you have fluid in it, because that can really come in handy. Also your wiper blades, the wiper blades on this car still very good, so you check that your wiper blades are good too.
Okay.
So these are when you now get to your mechanic, just appeal to him to help you check that your car is in order. Because once you appeal to him, he'll have it checked for you, and you're sure going to have your car back running smooth.
Okay.
And if there's any dent that you need to fix, or the aesthetics of your car, make your car look good. There's something about driving a clean car that it just gives you this confidence.
Like you're too much.
Yeah, too much. Chances of them even stopping is
But
slim. I don't know.
You seem to have forgotten that we have 93 days in January. All of these things you're talking about, they cost money. Are there
Yeah.
things that you can do that you don't even have to spend so much money on?
Burnt out bulbs. If you had the
Okay.
burnt out bulb during the holiday,
Okay.
have it replaced, because that can cost you a lot.
Yeah.
If they stop you for a burnt bulb, you might be paying as much as 4,000 naira for a bulb that you can fix for cheaper.
Okay.
Coupled with the stress, that carries. So you want to check out that those things
Okay.
are in order,
Okay.
And what other thing can you check on your own? Ensure that your car is clean.
Okay.
Yeah, because you may have gathered a lot of dirt in the course of the trip, in the tire arc area. So go
Okay.
for a proper car proper car wash.
Car wash
have
for
it
it to be
properly,
scrubbed.
yeah, scrubbed down. So because that's actually also dead weight on your car. It actually
Yeah,
adds
which
to your
also
weight.
drags it, and then you
Increase
end up,
fuel consumption.
increasing your.
You've come good, though.
I have not been here for nothing. I have to learn one or two things and share. Of
I'm
course.
proud of you.
Yeah, you should be. Okay, so now that you mentioned that,
Yeah.
I've always been curious about the issue of going to car wash.
Yes.
So you get to the car wash sometimes, and I believe that not all car wash stations actually do a fantastic job. I may be
True.
wrong, I stand to be corrected. Because sometimes some people come out of the car wash and you still see certain dirt. Are there certain areas that you coming from the village, for example, the bad roads and all of that, are there certain areas you should have whoever is washing your car focus on, especially if it's being done professionally?
Yes, you should focus on the condenser area. That's the front area where you
Okay.
have the radiator and the condenser.
Okay.
They should use their high pressure gun to bring down the dirt that you may have gathered in the course of your journey.
Okay.
Because if you don't, some cars might start to overheat. You can
That
have
can
overheating.
cause overheating?
Yes, if your radiator is filled with dirt.
Okay.
Because once it can't easily get air in and you're in traffic for long, it can start to overheat because the car won't be able to dissipate heat well through the cells.
Okay.
Yes, so you need to check that. Also, your condenser too, they're both in front. So have the car wash, do the high pressure gun on that area. It's in front.
Okay.
Once you tell them, they know what to do. You see, by the time you come back from trip and you do that, you find out the amount of dirt that will drop on the floor there will be quite enormous.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
coupled with the fact that we're just coming out of Harmattan.
Okay.
So dust would have gathered in those areas.
Okay.
That's a very important area you should pay attention
Okay.
to.
So if you take your car to the car wash after your journey,
Yeah.
make sure the condenser area is really
Condenser
washed.
radiator area is really washed down.
Okay.
Then the tire arc area, this portion is what I call the tire arc.
Okay.
Because dead weight can easily gather there.
Okay.
So once you have that,
Those are two areas.
those are
that you
two
should
major
watch out
areas,
for.
and of course, generally the essential
Yeah,
areas.
yeah.
Washing your engine, you should be careful. Not every car wash can wash the engine, and it's not every engine you wash with water.
Eh?
No,
So
No.
what can you use it?
just clean.
Just
There's some areas, some engines are really electrical, and they have components that are exposed. So you don't want to dump water in that engine.
Everybody just goes to the car wash. Everyone for engine.
No,
like,
no,
wash
no,
my
no,
engines
no,
for
no,
me.
no. Everyone for engine can
It can damage a
cost
lot
a
of
lot.
things. Oh wow.
A whole lot. So you don't just want to do about for engine, no.
I think car washing is something we need to really delve
at.
into.
Okay.
Yeah, like in total. Because I was only talking about coming from a trip, especially from your village.
Yes.
And now you're telling me all of this. I think it's something we really need to talk about one
We
of
can.
these days, okay?
Sure.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Anytime.
Yomi Boside of Autocentric, talking about car maintenance. Now we're going to take this break, and of course, the show continues. Stay with us.